Hello
What's
there.
up? What's up? Hey,
Welcome.
sis.
Hey, girl, you looking great today.
Oh, thank you.
Happy
How are
Sunday,
you?
everybody, and welcome to another beautiful and wonderful Vanny's Live.
Period. I see you pretty in green.
You looking amazing. We are
How you
excited
feeling
for
today?
another wonderful Vanny's Live. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling great.
Good,
You
good.
glowing. I wonder why you're
I,
glowing so much today.
I don't know. I'm just getting a little bit closer to a big milestone in my life.
Big mile. I think it's a special day here.
It is a special day. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited for today too. Well, it's gonna be
So
a,
hey to everybody on Instagram, hey to everybody on Facebook, everybody on
yeah.
YouTube. Appreciate y'all for popping in with us again today.
We got
Um,
a banger today,
a banger. You hear
uh,
me?
like a
A banger.
banger. We have one of the most amazing hairstylists I'll say in the world coming today. I gotta just say it. She is all of that. I'm so excited. We've been
I'm
waiting.
gonna agree. I'm gonna agree.
Oh my gosh! Like I got my pen, paper. I got a book ready because I'm gonna be taking notes for real, for real. Okay.
But you know, not only hairstylist, like she's a mogul. Like
Exactly. That was too
this is
small
big
of a
business.
word. That I downplayed that way too much.
And if y'all have been following us this week, you guys have seen. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. If y'all have been following us this week, then y'all know who's coming. And so we want to get a little our little stuff out of the way so we can make sure we have room for her. We make sure we give her all her flowers and all the space she needs. And y'all make sure that y'all send this live to everybody so that they don't miss out because this is definitely one that you don't want to miss. I promise you. I promise
Fine.
you. And I feel like she's like a comedian too, low key, because Miss Felicia be putting up these videos, and I'm like,
Yes.
I'll be laughing so hard. But okay,
So
in the
make
meet,
sure you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we be ticking and talking, y'all. So jump in, tell all your friends, like right now. You need to tell them to get in because it's going to be a real good one. But before we do that, we have some major current events. So, sis, are you ready for the current events?
y'all,
But
I'm just gonna jump right on out
hold up.
there.
I need a little noise for this one today. Because
For
we're
what?
going to switch it up a little bit today. So
We
instead
gonna
of
switch
you
it
doing
up.
the current events, I'm going to do the current events today. Okay?
Oh, okay,
So you
okay,
both we're going to do something. We're going to twist it up today. So
okay.
today, you
Tell
guys,
me something.
is a really special day. Because today, I'm going to try not to cry, y'all. It's not only my friend's birthday, my co-host, but the executive producer of Vanny's Live. So we're going to give her a big shout out. We're going to do something special. But what I wanted to do first,
Oh,
before we do all that, I created something for her and I spelled her name out. So I want to, y'all know I'm a big crybaby. So I'm
oh.
going to tell you what her name means to me in words. So R stands for radiant. You light up every room with your presence. A stands for amazing. Your kindness and talent never ceases to amaze those around you. C stands for compassionate. You always show so much care and empathy for others. H stands for hopeful. You bring optimism and hope even in challenging times. E stands for encouraging. You inspire and uplift the people in your life. L stands for loving. Your warmth and love touch everyone who knows you. Happy birthday, Rachel. May your day be as special as you are. And with that, we're going to say happy birthday. I want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. So everybody, I want
That's
you to
so
throw up some hearts to
cute.
Rachel. Throw some hearts and some flowers wherever you are, if you're on
Oh.
Facebook, If you're on Instagram, everybody throw some hearts for
Oh,
me.
that's so sweet. Thank you,
And
sis. That was
since
so
we're not
sweet.
together, I thought, and you always talk about how I throw my hearts up, so I thought I'd give you a heart and a hug.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, thank you. My cheeks hurting. That was so cute, sis.
Oh,
Thank you.
you
You know
crying
what?
instead of me?
I ain't
Oh,
crying.
okay.
I ain't crying.
Yeah, and I got a rose for
I
you
ain't
too.
crying. You know what was so like my mom used to send me poems all the time like that. Like she would make poems like for people's names all the time. Like, and so that was so touching to
Oh,
me.
we
Like,
brought your mom here too. See,
yeah, that was so kind of you. Thank you, sis.
and you know I never let you get in on our trivia. So today, only today,
Oh, oh,
we'll let you play along with the trivia. How about
wait,
that?
I get to be in the trivia today.
Just today. This is
Oh.
the only day you get to play along with the trivia. So are you guys? Y'all throw up your hearts. Y'all
It's a
got your
new
heart.
day. It's a new day.
So today we are going to let you play along with the trivia. Are you
Okay,
guys ready
good.
for trivia?
Let's play some trivia, y'all. And thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. My actual birthday is on Tuesday, but I've been celebrating since October 1st.
We won't be here on Tuesday, so we
Like
had to do it
we
today.
won't be here Tuesday. Like a true Libra. Thank you so much, sis. I love you. I
I love you
appreciate
too.
your love and you as a person and just, always being there for me. I really do appreciate that. And I'm gonna call you and cry later.
I can't believe I didn't cry. Could you believe it?
I can't believe it.
I got my glasses on and I was ready. Okay,
Oh
you
my
guys,
god.
should we go with the trivia?
Okay.
Okay.
Trivia time.
Trivia time, everybody. In the film Insecure, what is the name of Issa Rae's character? Is it A, Issa May, B, May Morton, C, Issa D, or D, J? Come on and drop it in the comments. Are y'all ready?
What's crazy is she don't let me play in the trivia any other time, and I don't know the answers. But today I know the answer, and
You
I,
think
I
you
don't
know?
even want to. Because one thing I did was binge watched Insecure. Okay, so
I'm gonna
if I
repeat
didn't
it
do nothing
again.
else,
In the film Insecure, what is the name of Issa Rae's character? Is it A, Issa May, B, May Morton, C, Issa D, or D, J? Which one is it?
I think they know. I know. So I'm gonna shut it up. I'm gonna
Okay, we're
shut it
gonna look in the comments to see what they
up.
saying. The folks is
Let's
saying.
see. We're getting over here. We're getting A. We're getting Issa D. We are getting what else we getting? Um what they saying on your side, on your end?
Uh, I could just say they ain't right. This was a
They say they saying something, but it ain't right.
that's what I can say.
Okay. Well
I
then
bet you Miss
what's
Felicia
the
now.
I bet you Miss Felicia know. Shoot.
Since that's who she works with.
Okay, what you think the answer? I mean, what is the answer? We ready for the answer?
Y'all ready for the
You wanna
answer?
you wanna you want a little drum roll?
I want a little drum
You need a
roll.
little drum roll? Let me put some drums up in there.
The answer is C, Issa D. I thought
Issa D.
I thought they would have got it, but I threw a little, curveball in there.
It's a couple of Issa D's in here in the comments that I'm looking at. It's a couple of Issa D's.
I was like, let me switch it up and kind of tease them a little bit.
No,
And
I used to binge watch that show, and I was so like got all the different hairstyles and all the different like creative things, like creative styles, creative ways she came up with, especially with natural hair. I feel like that is such an art,
It
such an
is.
art form to be able to come up with different styles. First of all, come up with different styles, but come up with different styles for natural hair, for textured hair is an art form. And it's not something that everybody can do. This we know from being in this business.
Yeah. But our special guest is a master at it.
That is what she does, honey. And I mean, does it well. Do you hear me? So we are so excited to jump into the meat and potatoes of today's show. Miss Felicia is getting ready to be on her way in here. Y'all make sure y'all send this live to whoever you can so that they don't miss out.
You ready?
Without further ado, y'all send us some Vanities Live hearts for today's guest, Miss Felicia Leatherwood.
Yay! Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for this. Thank you so much.
We are so
How
happy
you
to have
doing?
you.
I'm doing well. I'm gonna say that I realize this lighting is accentuating my beautiful gray hair so well.
But it's
Your
beautiful, like
blind.
you
That's your highlight. That's your highlight.
said.
How are you ladies doing? Y'all look radiant. Happy birthday, Ray.
Thank you, Miss Felicia. I'm so excited and happy to be 35 and blessed and alive and
The
That's a
with
highest
big
favor,
deal.
right?
You got to tell people if anybody asked you how old you are, tell them they're asking wrong. It's how young are you? How
Right,
young?
mm,
I think that how old are you is making us age fast. But if
right,
people
mm-hmm,
and how young are you, we will be more encouraged to feel better and to,
right.
mm-hmm.
what I mean,
I
and to
like
say,
that.
so I'm
That's true.
55 years young, and so I
I
feel
Yeah,
know that's right.
I'm young.
I know
Yeah,
that's right.
and are yes. I like that because I'm huge on like words and like speaking things,
Yes,
and you are what you say you are. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
if you speak certain things into your life, that's what you become. It's like that whole manifesting thing. I really believe that.
Yes.
So, Miss
So I tell
Felicia,
myself in the mirror, like, you are a billionaire. Like,
I know, right? Speak that thing.
That's actually how I go to bed a lot of times. If I find that I'm restless and my mind doesn't shut down, I just say, I love you, Felicia, over and over. And next thing you know, I'm asleep.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
mm,
tell myself I love, and I talk to myself like I'm a kid, like I love you. You know, parents do it all the time. They turn off
hmm
the light and they say the last thing, I love you, baby, And so I don't have children. I have a puppy who's my kid who acts like a kid, and I have myself. And so I do pour into myself by saying that often. And it really does, for some reason, it just relaxes me and it calms me down. So if you
hmm
have a hard time sleeping, try it. It's better than counting sheep.
Right?
I know that's right. That
And it's
never
harder
worked
to
for
love
me.
other people when you don't know how to love yourself,
Mm,
That's
right?
yeah.
huge. That's
Yeah.
So, Miss
huge.
Felicia, for the few who don't know who you are, can you share with them who you are, where you're from, and how you got started?
So I'm from Los
Uh-oh.
Angeles, and
Oh,
I am I frozen? Am I there?
Yeah, you're
So I'm from LA, Los Angeles, California, and I actually have been doing hair since I was itty bitty, but I ended up working in corporate America because they say you got to get a job. Like
right.
mm-hmm,
it's like hair, I don't know, you need a real job, and so
mm-hmm,
I went and I worked in corporate America, and I wasn't happy. I
Hmm.
always would go home after work and braid hair or like braid
mm-hmm,
on the weekends. And I found it to be like relaxing and peaceful. It was very zen. And the more I did it and the more I went to work, I started really hating that cold office.
Mm-hmm.
and the cubicle I was in and the traffic every day. And I was just like, I'm over it. And I became a kitchen stylist, what we call a kitchen stylist,
Mm-hmm.
doing hair at home. And so one of the things that happened for me is that as I was doing hair at home, they started busting in on people like the state board, and they were like shutting it down. You know,
Wow.
black girls trying to make their money in the hood and stuff. They braiding. They start busting in. They start busting in on salons that actually had unlicensed braiders, and
Mhm.
we didn't know that we needed a license to braid. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
grew up
Yeah.
braiding on the steps and
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mhm.
On
And
your
so,
porch.
yeah,
Mhm.
plus we thought
Mhm.
it was our inherited right to just be braiding hair.
Right.
We didn't
Right.
like I got to pay for
That's
something
what
that
we do.
for my ancestry. Like we just, I don't think we just thought about it like that. But
Right.
I'm
Mhm.
glad that that happened because it showed me how to transform myself into a business and an entrepreneur. And
Mm-hmm.
at the
Mhm.
time,
Mhm.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was a hassle. Oh, now I got to go do these hours
Mm-hmm.
because but I chose that. I chose to take it a step further. Some people just don't do it at all. They're like, I don't
Yeah.
feel college. They don't have the time. I prayed to God because I didn't have the time, the money to do it, but everything fell into place because I had the desire. And so
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I feel like the way I look at desire, it's almost like you get on this boat to go across this lake that's going to
Mm-hmm.
take you to that island you want. Everything is over there, but you got to get on
Mhm.
the boat first. And the desire is my boat. I was like, I have the
Mhm.
desire. I'm going to ride this until it comes to fruition. And everything just kind of lined up and I ended up being able to go to cosmetology school. I left Warner Brothers Studio. I was working in a budgeting department, so it was cold and boring.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to cosmetology school, and at the time, you know, bless you, I was one of the oldest folks to be there because I guess most people go to school at like 20, 21, and I
Mhm.
was there at 30. And so it was good because I was able to teach the trainers, the instructors also let me talk about textured hair and natural hair.
Mhm.
It wasn't a
Mhm.
thing,
Yeah.
then.
They
And
didn't know how to teach it.
at all. They had
Mhm.
no nothing, no products, no nothing, no tools.
Mhm.
And so basically, they would see. So, okay, let me just say this. When I was doing hair at home,
Mm-hmm.
I had clients, but I didn't want to give up my clients because I was making money to go to school. So
Right.
you have at cosmetology day, you have like these free days, like these days you do hair and you have
Mm-hmm.
clients
Mhm.
and they pay like $12. So my clients would pay the money to the school, but then pay me my money. And they would
Mhm.
get their
Mhm.
hair done on my time that I could do hair. And
You
so
got your money.
the instructors saw me doing the hair and they were like, "Oh, what's this? What are these hairstyles?" So then they would put me on the platform to train. And
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
so that's how it evolved into me getting my license. But I basically always just wanted to do textured hair. Straight hair scared me, y'all. Like chemically treated hair, I wasn't really good at it. It
Mhm.
literally it freaked me out. You know, sometimes I have some friends in the industry that are not um they're not black and they
Mm-hmm.
talk to me about how the straightening comb scares them. It was the opposite for me. It was I can press the hair, but the relaxer scared me because
Mhm.
if somebody's hair started to fall out, I didn't know if it was me or the relaxer. I didn't know what it
Right.
was. Like,
Mhm.
and so I just wanted to stay with texture here because I felt like I could tell better what was happening with the hair.
Yeah. Mhm. So
So
it's crazy how you say you were in the budgeting department at Warner Brothers,
right.
left there, went to cosmetology school, and then came right on back to this crazy industry that we all love.
I
And
wasn't
I
trying to.
mean, and you know what? That's one thing about God. That's one thing about God. He gonna do what he gonna do.
Right.
regardless of what we trying to do.
Yeah.
And that was your path, and your path was laid out before you. You didn't even. It's like we don't even realize that we've already set our feet in those places that we're going. Um,
Predestined.
when did you realize? I mean, because you've done so many things. Like, when did you realize that this was what you were going to do? And then what made you segue into, okay, now I'm going to create a business out of this need for textured education and, things of that
So
nature.
it's interesting because a lot of times when people talk to me, they're always looking for this formula of how I got into the business. I was not
Mm-hmm.
trying to be into the industry. I just wanted to do hair. My
Mm-hmm.
whole goal was to make women feel loved, wanted, needed by themselves.
Yeah.
Like my thing was like, how can I pour into someone so then if the cup is this much and I can pour here, can they feel the rest? How can I add value to another woman's life through hair? That was all I
Mm-hmm.
focused on. And so it wasn't even the styling part. The styling was just there. I'm just creative, like. And
Yes,
so
you are.
thank you. And so when I was working, I mean, it was wild because I worked out of high school. I worked at BET,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't try. I don't
How did
know.
that happen?
Once again, God, this is how it's like you look back and you see everything had a purpose and a reason. And it is
Yes.
that's the miraculous part of it all, is to look back and see all the steps, the divine steps it took to make this thing where we are right now. And
Hmm.
so I ended up at BET because I wasn't ready to go to college, to be honest. Everybody was off to college, and I was like, I don't know. I just want to jump in. I want to jump in the workforce. I got it. I thought it was smart, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I got this. I'm good. I don't want to go to college. No more school. I'm done. And I took a vocational course which they don't do anymore at NAACP. They used to have a program that gave you training to operate in a working environment. They taught you
Okay.
everything. Yeah, it was like a 6-week thing, and they taught you everything. And so my parents made sure, they were like, well, you're not going to college, but you're going here. You have to get training.
Mm.
And the first one I took was an entrepreneurial course.
Okay.
Um, and the second one, then my parents sent me back. They said, we don't think you learned. Go back to NAACP. And then I had like vocational training, how to like use a computer, blah, 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 fax and all that stuff. Then they find you a job. So I had this
Mm-hmm.
temp job at this office, and there were two phone lines I had to answer. One was the production company, and the other was a little line that BET had, and before it became wasn't even in Los Angeles. And so my supervisor on the BET side said, "We're coming to LA. We're going to have offices. Would you like to come work?" I was like, "Sure." I'm 19. I didn't know nothing. So I ended up at BET first. And this was during the time that Cedric the Entertainer was coming up, Martin Lawrence, Comic View, Donnie Simpson was on, Rap City, all of that was
Wow.
happening. So I was at the inception of that working at BET. And so as my life evolved and I had other jobs, when I graduated from cosmetology school, I ended up at the salon in LA, kind of Hollywood, Beverly Hills ish.
Hmm.
And that salon had all the entertainers there, all the ball players. They had
Mm.
barbers, they had makeup, they had all the big hairstylists in LA worked there. And Eddie Murphy was coming in, Aaliyah, everybody. And so I ended up being the natural hairstylist at that salon, and that's how the celebrities came. I didn't know what I was getting into, y'all. I
Did
didn't
you
know
have an
that.
interview, or did someone recommend you for that salon?
Yes, I was going to tell you that part. I had a boyfriend who his mom would watch me doing hair in the kitchen. Like I would be at
Okay.
his place and I was always doing hair. And she didn't really fool with me much. I never got that she liked me, but
Hmm.
she respected that I was constantly working.
She was
And
watching.
she would go in that
Mhm.
salon to get her hair colored by the owner's father, who's an older guy who had been doing Hollywood hair forever.
Hmm.
She
Mhm.
said, I have someone. She overheard them talk about they needed a braider. The braider they had was Amarion's mom. And she
Okay.
was leaving to go on tour with him when he was blowing up. It was wild. Just
Okay.
the whole
Yeah. Yeah.
thing. I never met
Put
her.
all the
Still to this
puzzle
day.
pieces.
Yeah. And so I graduated from school in the Millennium and ended up working at a salon called Millennium
Okay.
as a braider. And that's how I ended up in this industry because then okay, so Jill Scott came out. Remember when Jill had the afro and
Hmm.
everybody was like, oh my God, and they were enamored by her look. It
Hmm.
made everybody want to go natural when they saw
Mhm.
Jill
Mhm.
Scott. So the
Mhm.
men saw the Iverson braids. So then all the guys wanted their hair cornrow. So I started
Hmm.
cornrolling hair, doing the little twisties that everybody was wearing. Remember, DL Hughley was wearing the little
Uh,
twists.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody twist. So what happened was a lot of the comedians that had come up that were on Comic View started coming in that salon to get their hair cut, saw me, remembered me at BET, started coming to me to do their hair. So I had Anthony Anderson, Cedric the Entertainer. Like it was just the whole thing was just weird.
It was
So
But
your
happening.
purpose just aligned for you. It's like God orchestrated things. Who I just want to. Won't he
You
do
want
it? Won't he
something.
do it?
yeah,
Okay.
I told y'all to get
Won't
ready.
he? Won't he will. Okay.
so that
That's
was
man.
yeah, just it's a story. It's a
I just
story.
got
But
chills like, ooh, we. When
yeah.
you follow your purpose and your passion, it will always work out for you.
Mhm. Mhm. But the
Yeah.
crazy thing is that wasn't even her passion. I mean, her passion was doing hair. It wasn't even the celebrity part of it.
Right.
It was what you said
She
before
just
about
was doing what she
making that,
enjoyed.
yeah, doing what she loved and enjoyed, and
Mhm.
it just turned into this amazing career that you have.
Had she stayed in the workforce, it would have been a whole different story. Because sometimes people
Mhm.
don't follow what's in their heart and they go after what the quote on, I just need to pay the bills. And sometimes when you just say, you know
Yeah.
what, I'm going to go after what's in my heart, it makes a big difference. It
It
really,
sure
really
does.
does.
Mhm.
But it was very
But
scary, y'all. It wasn't easy. It was
I bet.
I was like, God, and it got rough. It did get rough to keep it real.
Mhm.
Like people see the good side and it got rough. I was on
Mhm.
sleeping on the couch and like it got rough for a minute, y'all. Driving a
Mhm.
car that had a big, huge dent in it. Like just if that car was gonna make it another block. And and I left Warner Bros. Everybody thought it was crazy. It was like, you leaving Warner Bros. You got 401k. You got insurance. You want to be a hairstylist.
Mhm.
What are you talking about? And I said, something's telling me this is gonna work.
Mhm. What
Mhm.
made you kept pushing forward?
So I gotta tell you, I feel like when I have a fear about something,
Mhm.
Mhm.
that's the wall I have to break through. So if I start
Okay.
working on something and there's some type of fear associated with it,
Mhm.
but I can't attach it to anything real, that means I'm
Mhm.
supposed to do it. That's
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
my mind trying to tell me not to, trying to it's some like old trauma of self-worthiness and all this stuff that we experience as
Mhm.
people of color. And we don't have a lot of images like this podcast that
Mhm.
go into our daily like every single TikTok of your day. We don't see
Mhm.
ourselves doing these great things.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
see them more
Yeah.
now because of social media, but I grew up, we never really saw them.
Right.
And
Right.
so you don't have no association that it's for you and you
Right.
can do
Mhm.
it. And everybody that looks like you is doing it. And so I literally would read, and I will tell you this when we were coming up, my parents, we grew up very Christian, very, 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 and like just always at church, at least 4 days a week at church. There's levels to Christianity, y'all. You
Right.
know, there's once a week, there's twice a week, 3 days, 4 days, five. There's you living there. There's levels to it. And so a lot of times when we tell people Christian, they go, I understand. No, there's levels.
Right.
How long the dress is gonna be, if you wearing red
Right.
lipstick, what shade of red,
Right.
you know. And so the level we were at, it was serious. And I remember though my dad, he grew up with trauma. And what I think he didn't want to do is pass it to us.
Right.
And so he started giving these books. Have you heard of The Richest Man in Babylon?
Yes.
I
Very
haven't.
old book. And
Yeah.
it's really a wonderful, just wonderful Bible stories, really about how to take your money and build it and make it into something more. He would give us
Okay.
Rich Dad Poor Dad has been around for a long time.
Yes.
People don't realize
Yes.
he's been around
That's a
for
great book.
years.
I
You
love
know,
those kind of books.
there was so many books that he and I would be like, I want to read this book, but he would make us read these books on how to invest your money and these stories. And so my parents, I don't think they ever felt the self-worth that they've given to my brother and I. And we read those books. And so I got to a point when things started getting a little murky in the world. I think I want to say it was 2017 to 2019. You remember we went through that whole thing. I was gonna, and so I was like, all right, what's going on? And I remember going to a spiritual bookstore here in LA, and I started reading all these books about, you know, how you can manifest and say affirmations and things would happen and you believe, da da da. And so I was like, okay, God, if this works, I'm looking at who wrote these books. They're all white. I want to know that a Black person besides Oprah can make this happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Show me that this works in my life. How to make it work. So I started doing my affirmations. I started saying them all the time. And I started curating them to what I needed for me. And that's what pushed me through.
Yes.
That's what made me say, I got this. I believe in me. And once you open that door, you can't close it. Once you know, you can't know how to reach that side of the rainbow. It's gonna always be there.
Too. It really does. I believe it with my whole heart, and that's how I live my life. Because when you speak it and you believe it, you can speak it into existence, and it will happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You just have to believe it's possible for you, and it is.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not even just the speaking it, it's the speaking it and the believing it part.
Absolutely.
Because you can't have one without the other. If you don't believe it, then you just talking words. It can't happen.
So the next level behind the belief is the knowing. Some people never get out of the belief part. And that's what I think my family, they would speak it and believe, but they didn't get into the knowing. And the knowing where you know you deserve it and it's coming and you don't have to worry about it. You don't.
You just like you're gonna run around this table.
but that's the key. That's the part we're missing. And you don't have to keep poking at God. Are you gonna give it to me? Can I get it? Please, huh? Please, can I? Please, bless me. You. God knows. God is all knowing. So you don't have to keep doing that. Right. You just gotta know it's coming. Don't worry about when. You might be on your last dollar. And the next morning you wake up, somebody done put money in your bank account, or you done got those class action lawsuits, and you done got a check. It can come so many ways. But we go through these things to scare us, to show us the lesson and the blessing. That's what we miss.
Ooh, you know what? We gotta take us. We gotta take us a quick little break, real quick. When we come back, we gonna get into some games.
Yes.
Y'all ready to play some games?
This is so good. I know y'all gotta love this because we loving it. Okay.
We love it. Real quick break. We're gonna see y'all in about 30 seconds.
I'm looking for somebody I can call, looking for the only
Felicia, we're going to throw a quick game in to you called Rapid Fire. So it's about a minute and a half, and I'm going to give you some quick questions, and I want you to answer them, okay? You
Got it.
ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is flying in?
A
This is
plane.
all new stuff. Say that. No, okay, let me explain it first. Let me be fair.
Okay.
So this is all industry language.
Oh
So
God,
step
gotcha.
on set.
That's different. Okay.
Yeah, so let me explain
I'm
this.
always thinking about
I'm
flying
just
somewhere.
throwing it in. I'm like, okay, should
Like,
be
Okay.
fair. So it's all
Flying
industry
in
language.
is
Yes.
when you, well, from a hair stand, if I see one little piece of hair sticking up, I got to get up in there. So it had to shut down real quick. So I got to fly in there, fix that hair, and get out.
Okay, what is points?
Say it again.
What is points?
Oh Lord. Oh, points is when they're coming through with something sharp, and if you don't move out the way, you're gonna get your eye poked out.
What is a hot brick?
Say that one again.
What is a hot brick?
What is a hybrid? I know that. Oh my God. Next.
Okay, what is Abby?
The Abbey is I think it's before the martini. Is it before the martini?
Yep.
The
What is
martini, y'all, before you think we're drinking on set, is the end of the day. That's the martini. It's the last shot. So
okay? What is backlighting?
backlighting is well exactly what I think it kind of says. It's like when you backlight somebody and they got a little glow
Yep.
coming in.
Okay. What
Halo.
is a blockbuster?
Oh, I don't know the blockbuster.
I'm gonna tell
Got
you that
me too.
first. Okay. What is a stinger?
Oh my God. Oh, that's when we need to connect our equipment and they have
Yeah.
to put in the cord and bring it in for us to
Yeah.
connect. Tell me if
Okay.
I'm wrong now.
You're
'Cause
wrong.
No,
You're
you ain't
right.
wrong. You know.
Okay. A hot brick is a walkie-talkie fully charged.
I know why I don't know that because I never wanted one.
Because we
No,
we
we
don't
never
use
liked the
it.
walkie-talkie. We're
Never
like,
wanted.
no.
Oh, I'm so grateful.
And you all know what a blockbuster is. We just don't think about this sometimes. A big movie hit.
Well, yes. Okay.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking about the store back in the day when we used to go to Blockbuster and buy games and
A
Yes.
movies and
blockbuster
stuff.
movie. It's the big
Yes.
hit.
Okay. Blockbuster movie. I was still on set. Like they've been calling the blockbuster. What happened?
I threw a trick one
No,
in at you.
that was good. That was
It
good.
was really good.
Good one. Yeah. So yeah, the yeah no the hot brick is the charged battery for the walkie-talkie.
Well, it's the
Never
It's the
wanted.
battery
it's the
part.
fully charged. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
I-
just the battery pack part.
Well, it's the fully charged battery for your walkie-talkie when it's fully
Right.
charged.
uh,
The pack.
I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
want it. I never do.
Yeah, we don't like.
I
I'm like,
don't
I don't
either.
want that walkie. Y'all
Mm-mm.
keep that
I
thing.
don't
I
either.
just like to walk up to the person with a little earplug and go, okay, what they say? Is it
I
almost
know,
And then
right?
something happening when they do. Yeah, so
Well, they told me that sometimes they do that when it's somebody that get on their nerves. They want to act like somebody's saying something in their ear, so they get quiet, like they listen to something, so then the person walks away. It's funny.
I believe it too. But you know what? I always ask them like, so do you hear those voices in your head like at home when you're not at work, when you're asleep? Like, do you just hear that stuff?
You know they
'Cause
do
I don't know if I could. I know they do. I know they do.
because I'm gonna tell you, Kendrick Lamar, they not like us, been playing in my head for months.
I know, right?
I want that out, and I'm not mad at Kendrick, but I'm like, what? Give me some EPCC one. I cannot get they not like us out of my head.
Oh my god! And they tear that song up in LA.
Yes.
Okay, they
Yeah.
tear that
They done
song
turned it into a
up.
Christian song too, by the way.
So,
No,
Miss Felicia, you have been known to be called the hair whisperer. So, how did you get that name?
So Kim Cole started that. You remember Kim Cole's Regine
Uh huh.
Yep.
from Living Single? And the reason why is because people come And there's an intuitiveness that comes from being a hairstylist. A lot of
Mhm.
hairstylists have it and they tap in, especially if their grandmothers or somebody was a hairstylist.
Mhm.
I don't know anybody else in my family who was, but definitely if you sit in my chair, I can look in your scalp and know if you have grief, poor diet, uh, a man you probably need to get rid of,
Mm.
or you need to send your kids on vacation. And so, because I'm able to tell what's going on from looking at a person's hair and just really overall the person, Kim Cole starts saying, "You are, I'm calling you the hair whisperer." Because she come and I'd be like, "You've been eating potato chips, barbecue, and you was drinking some red wine." And she's like, "What? Girl, Leatherwood." That's what you call me, Leatherwood. How you
Leatherwood.
know? Nope, that's why they call me the hair whisperer.
I love that. The hair
That's
was.
awesome. Can you talk a little bit about texture management and about brushing with the best?
Oh,
Yes. So brush with the best, which is here. This we need
that.
a whole nother time to talk about this one.
Ooh, I
Because
love that brush.
this story is one that really a lot of black business folks need to hear and get in
Can you
on.
put it back up so
Mm.
everybody can see? I started to pull mine.
Yes.
I got a yellow one and a black one.
Ah, thank you. So the brush with the best, this is my baby. It started in 2015 and I basically took something that existed and just improved it because my hair is so kinky and dry and
Mhm.
I'm tender-headed. And I wanted a brush or a tool that could just easily detangle me and
Mhm.
other children because we have a lot of hair trauma that started
Yes.
from a
Yes.
kid. And so
Yes.
I'm trying it this way. So
Mhm.
basically, this is the Felicia Leatherwood brush. My name is on it, if you can
That
see.
brush
Period.
is
And it's
everything.
gone through a few iterations, but the brush is great because it moves. By now, most people have seen it. The reason
Mhm.
why this brush is important for me is because it was meant once again out of love to help us not be scared to get our hair done. What's evolved from the brush, and I'm so grateful for all the people who are still so loyal, is that it got knocked off, as y'all know. They changed it
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
they put a little guard on it, but it got weird for me. And people, everybody's gonna always make more than one of whatever. What was strange
Yeah.
is that we took videos from my Instagram to promote the knockoff brush, so people thought
But
they
it's
were.
not the same as yours. I can promise you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is not the
Oh,
same.
it just went through this whole evolution from that space, and I learned a lot in that as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
I because remember we talked about me not going to college. I got
Mhm.
the college of the streets of life, working with this brush. Like there's no other lesson. There's
Mhm.
no other
Yeah.
lesson in that real life gotcha lesson. And so
Mhm.
I'm so grateful. I have an amazing team that has and I want people to know, anybody watching has a business, it might take you, it, I would say at least 5 to 8 years to
Mhm.
get a good
Mm.
team, like
Yeah.
people you trust, and
True.
you can walk away and leave things for them and know that they got you. And
Yes.
so
Mhm.
Janine
Mhm.
Thomas has been a rock for me, and Louise Gonzalez has been amazing on Brush with the Best. And I've gone through lots of people, hired, fired, but it takes a minute, y'all. If
Mhm.
you're blessed, lucky, whatever you want to call it, to get somebody off the back that you
Mhm.
work well with and they got your
Mhm.
back, hold on to them.
I
But it
agree.
takes
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the brush is doing well. We have other products. It's at brushwiththebest.com. Please go grab you a brush, even if it's not for
I'm
you.
gonna
You
put it
guys
in
got
the
high
comments.
school girls and college girls going away. They got to do their hair. Put this in their stocking. Get them this in the stocking because I also am proud to be a black business owner. I am a female
Mhm.
owner of this company. I'm the very, very proud of that. Texture Management is another company I started, and it is a management company where I basically showcase other hairstylists and makeup artists that want to be in the industry and work on Black Hollywood celebrities. And
Mhm.
so it's been, we just have 8 years that we've been
That's awesome.
doing texture management, and I love texture management. And you can go to texturemanagement.com and see the stylists. They're incredible. And so I'm proud
Yes,
of
And
they
that.
are.
congratulations with that.
Thank you.
We've actually had one of your stylists on our show a couple weeks ago.
Yes,
Who-
we did.
We had AJ.
Yes.
AJ, which, oh, AJ.
AJ.
Yeah,
Yes. She's
Yes.
he
amazing.
was awesome
Amazing.
too.
Yes. Amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
I
I've
am
I've
very
noticed
proud.
that I've noticed that a lot of um the artists that you have with your agency are just these like incredibly talented hairstylists that think outside of the box. I've
Mhm.
noticed that's something that a lot of them have in common, that they're all so talented, but everybody has such a like just like a thing about them that is like their own thing, and it's just so good. Like
Yeah, it's
I just
true.
sit
That
back and
is
I'm
so
like,
true. Yeah, it is very true. I wish that Hollywood is changing a lot, as we all know. And I
Mhm.
wish there was more work to showcase the talent of a lot of the women. Things
yeah,
are, I would say, readjusting, realigning. They're
yeah,
realigning. And so things are a little slow, but the clientele we have, they're killing it. The makeup
yeah.
lady killing it, hair killing it. I mean, and just for me, as because a lot of people know me with Issa, doing Issa's hair, and so they looked at like a lot of the insecure hairstyles that were created, and I never had any structure about it. Like no one, the
Hmm.
producer, no one ever said we want Issa's hair like this. I don't think
Hmm.
they really knew textured hair at that time, and so and Issa came to me like fresh, like just fresh. I had no idea I was gonna be doing Issa Rae's hair, and she was gonna become this like huge mogul. I just like doing hair once again. And so I think that now the women that come into texture management, when they look at what I've done in the past, they want to make sure they bring it, like that
Yeah,
they represent well. So that's why you'll see these women that are creative in that way. And some of them do Issa's hair. So,
hmm,
they're trying to make sure they give her some that she hasn't had 300 times already.
yeah.
What would you say to someone new who wants to get into the industry? What advice would you give to them?
In terms of which part, like
Wanting
growing
to
the
work in film, or if they want to do fashion?
it
Um,
really depends on where they live, because you got to
Mm,
follow the work, and now the work is not where the work used to be. So
right.
you
hmm,
That's
have to
very
hmm,
relocate to Atlanta. You might have to go over here to
hmm.
Detroit if they filming something.
Yeah.
You got to follow New York. I don't know. LA is doing whatever. I don't know what LA doing.
Hmm.
well.
Moving
We're in
stuff.
Yeah.
Texas, and Texas is getting a lot of work right now. It's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, Texas
That's
is
good
like
to
the
know. What part of Texas?
Dallas Fort Worth.
Dallas,
Yes, the
Austin.
little hot spot right now.
Yeah.
I would love for someone, because I don't think people know where all the black productions are. Like, I don't think if they're
Mm,
trying to work solely into films, or start at least with
Hmm.
hmm,
films of color, you know, I don't think they know who to talk to. And I wish there was
hmm,
like a list or somewhere they could find the information to at least submit
hmm,
their work. But I
mm.
don't know if that exists, but maybe it's coming. I don't know. So
We
what
can
I would
make that happen.
say, hmm,
We can make that
say
happen.
it again.
I said we can make that
Yeah,
happen.
because I'm like, well, I feel like people need to know, because who is it out there? There's
Yeah.
the wh- um, what's his name? Begin Will Packer, Will
Mhm.
Packard's team,
Hmm. Hmm.
Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
I think East started production. Hooray! I don't know if Byron Allen started anything. Kevin Hart has a product. Like we need. There's
50 Cent,
Yeah.
see. There's
Ava
more than
DuVernay.
Yeah.
yeah. Like we need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ray. Yeah, like there needs to be like a list of like where you
Yeah.
can go and submit your work because they'll need
Mm-hmm.
extra people at some point.
Yeah.
Right now, my advice is to make sure that you have because whenever people want to submit to texture management, I need to see a website or EPK, which stands for Electronic Press Kit, and all it
Mm-hmm.
has is pictures of your like your best photos of your work, a small
Mm-hmm.
little bio blurb about you, where you come from, what you've been doing, how long you've been in this business, and what is your thing to do. Is it braiding?
Mm-hmm.
Is it silk press? Is it period piece hair? Like showcase what your specialty is. Don't just be
Mm-hmm.
like, I do all kinds of hair. No, what's your specialty?
Yeah.
Because if
Mm-hmm.
somebody's working on a movie like Black Panther, they're going to be wearing hairstyles like this. But if
Right.
somebody's
Mm-hmm.
working on, like a Lee Daniels movie from like
Mm-hmm.
the 60s or something, then you need to know how to
Mm-hmm.
do that type of hair. The other
Mm-hmm.
thing
Right.
you can do that's really important if you don't know, go to YouTube, y'all. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
YouTube will steer you right, and you can check at the reviews if they got you, because people don't play. They'll call them out in a minute.
They're
There's
gonna
no,
Cinnamon.
call them out.
yeah. But when they know what they're talking about and they like to educate, you can see their viewership, and you can learn a lot of different hairstyles and different techniques on just there. So
Yeah,
get your
that's
skill
true.
up, take a some great photos of your work, and have Chat GPT write up a wonderful story about who you are because it's too easy now. Nobody has an excuse that they can't do
Nobody.
it. It won't be you can't do it, it'll be you won't do it. So
Yeah.
don't do the
Yeah,
won't.
that's it. Don't be the
Felicia,
one.
can you tell us about your love in your hair with natural care workshops that you do globally? Like you're not just national, you're global.
Come on,
So
Globe.
thank you. I miss those. I really do. Issa kind of shut that down. Working with Issa and Lenny Kravitz, I've just been like here. But the
Mm-hmm.
workshops were born out of a need for people to be educated about their textured hair. Because one day we woke up in the middle of a pandemic, even
Yeah.
before that, we woke up and folks was like, I don't want to relax my hair no more. Now what? And I said, you know what? Let me, I know this. I got this. And I started to take my money that I would make from doing hair and I would get with a salon that would be closed on a Sunday or Monday and ask them if I could
Mhm.
do these workshops. I would rent the chairs. I would get with someone who was a caterer, get some little bites to eat. And I would
Mhm.
connect with like Shea Moisture, at the time, Jane Carter, Curls, different ones, and get the little samples, put in the
Mhm.
gift bag. And I started doing education. And I really missed that because it was so beautiful to see so many women start embracing their hair. I just wanted
Mm-hmm.
people to have options. I'm not like
Yeah.
anti straight hair or anything. You might see my hair straight one day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what I love about being a black woman is I can do whatever I want with my hair and it look good. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
can rock
Mm-hmm.
braids. That's
Right.
not
Yep.
hair that be braided and walk down
Right.
the street without somebody being like, what the hell? But we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Braid it, cut it off, put the wig on it, put some other hair on it,
Mm-hmm.
make it look like our hair. The men don't know, by the way. Like we got options. So I like for us to
Yeah.
explore that. That's what the workshops were about.
Who were
That's
some of your
awesome.
mentors?
Said it again.
Who were some of your mentors?
I don't think I had. I'm still waiting to for that to be revealed because I didn't really have. Nobody was doing fooling with textured hair. I had to do it on my own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought I
Mhm.
was tripping. There was like anybody wearing that afro twist out, whatever. So most of my got my hairstyle clients were men getting
Mm-hmm.
braids, intricate,
Mm-hmm.
and wearing fros and wearing twist outs.
Mm-hmm.
Then the women were like, "That's cute, but I need to add some hair on my twist out."
Mm. Mm.
So there wasn't.
So it was more of a just learn and grow and go type of thing. Just that
But
cycle.
I was doing hair in my apartment. Like I was doing, all of my friends would come over for the club or whatever we were doing, and I would do their hair. And so they would just let me experiment. Like, the faux locks that are out?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We used to do it and it was called silky dreads. Anybody remember that
Okay.
name? Silky dreads?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, we have always just kind of, it's just there. You know Alice Walker that wrote Color Purple?
Uh-huh. Well, I
Are
don't
you
know her
y'all still
personally,
there?
but
I think frozen
yes.
up.
We still here.
Okay.
We can
But
hear
you know
you.
how black folks talk. We'd be like, such and such up the street,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
but you might
Like,
not know.
yeah.
So Alice Walker,
I'm
Alice
like, you
Walker
may know
came
her
to
for real,
me,
for
or
real.
not came to me, but I met her through a friend, and I'll never forget. She said to me, she looked at me, and she said, "Your ancestors are so proud of the work you're doing. You are walking in your purpose." And I just started crying, and she was crying. I was like, "Oh my God!" And I never looked back after that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You have been
That's what's
such a
up, man.
delight, Miss Felicia. I mean, you have been such a blessing to us as well as our viewers, and we really appreciate you coming on. And we're definitely going to have a part two of
And a
you.
blessing to the industry as a
Yes,
whole. I
yes, yes.
mean, you
Thank
you
you.
bring about something that has been long needed and talked about and over talked about. And it really just took somebody to like take that step out and actually change the game. And that's what you've done.
Yes. Yes, we appreciate you so much for coming on Vanity's Live. Do you have any parting words before we end the show? We have come to the end. I mean, I really hate for it to end, to be honest. We could go another hour, but we want to be
Okay.
respectful
We're
of your
gonna have a
time.
part two.
We definitely want you to come
Well, I
back.
just want to thank you, ladies. Yeah, I want to thank you both for just spending a bit of your Sunday with me and having me on to talk your heads off. I am very grateful. Thank you so much.
It was a
We are
pleasure.
so
Trust
grateful.
me. We wouldn't want to be any place else. And I'm sure our
I know
viewers
that's right.
appreciate it just as much. So thank you guys so much. If you are not following Miss Felicia, please do so. If you are new to our platform, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe us on Vanity Slide. If you're on any of our personal pages, we greatly appreciate you guys. We're going to be doing some special things down the road, so make sure you stay tuned because we got some hot stuff coming. Ooh, we can't tell you just yet, but cooking up some stuff, some real good stuff. So you guys are gonna want to be a part of it. So stay tuned. So you have any last words you want to leave everybody with?
I just want us to know that we are so powerful in where we stand, and uh, we're greater than we even know. We have
Mm.
such a gift that has been encoded in the melanin of our skin that we literally can't always jump higher, run faster, and do more. So I just want to invite everybody to take this year, the rest of this year at least, and sit down and write out all of your gifts from the smallest thing. You might make the best biscuits in the morning, but write out all of the wonderful things you are and put it somewhere that you can see it, because you need to remember how great you are. And that is the one thing I want people to leave. If you remember anything else, go remember how great you are.
That's lovely. That's awesome. We need that. I needed that.
Yeah.
Take that with
Well,
me.
thank you so much, Miss Felicia. We have come to the end and we appreciate you so much. And we want to say goodbye and happy Sunday to everybody. And we will see you
And we're
guys.
gonna see you again because we're
Yeah.
gonna be right. We're gonna be right there planning the next one. So don't you go nowhere.
Well, thank you guys
Bye,
and have a
y'all.
happy Sunday. Bye bye,
Happy
everybody.
Sunday.